Today I'm talking all about plopping. I'm gonna talk about wet plopping, which is really great for increasing hydration and styling those curls in nice big clumps, and dry plopping, which there are actually two methods of dry plopping depending on your hair type. It decreases the amount of time it takes for your hair to dry, and it helps to get your hair in nice curl clumps as well. Hi, I'm Delilah from the Holistic Enchilada, and on my channel I share tips, tricks, and resources to help you embrace your curls and keep things simple. You can follow me on social media at Holistic Enchilada, where I share tons of tutorials and quick tips, and head over to my blog holisticenchilada.com for lots more free resources to help you on your curly hair journey. All right, so let's talk plopping. First, let's talk about wet plopping, and wet plopping is when you apply a product into your hair, such as a mask, a deep conditioner, or even just your leave-in and styling products, and then you place your hair in a shower cap, which I'm showing right here, and you just let it sit for however long you want it to sit, so that your hair can absorb the moisture and absorb the products. And it really is a big help for hydration. So if you really struggle with dry curls, this is a good technique to implement with your deep conditioning treatments or your styling routine. You don't have to do it every wash day. You can just do it once a week, or only on the days that you are doing a treatment. So it's not something you got to do all the time, but if you're struggling with dryness and you're struggling with split ends and tangles and perhaps even clumping, this might help you as well. You can leave it on for as long as you want, really. I really wouldn't do it for a very long time, because remember, it's bad to have wet hair piled on your scalp for a long time, as that can contribute to fungus and other scalp problems that we don't really want. So I would say 15 minutes to like half an hour, and then you might want to layer a towel around your neck, or even just wrap a towel around the whole thing, because since your hair is soaking wet underneath the cap, it could drip down the sides of your neck, which is super annoying. So I would just put a towel around my neck or wrap the whole thing in a towel. That's not something that I ever do, because my hair does not need hydration, moisture at all. I have the opposite problem, so I don't do that at all. But I know a lot of people do it, and it really helps with their routine. So that's wet plopping. Okay, next up is dry plopping, and there are two different ways to dry plop. Dry plopping means that you're using a hair towel to remove water from your hair, and you can either wrap your hair up into a full plop and let it sit for about 15 minutes to an hour or so to help it dry, or you can micro plop. So I'm going to show you what both of those are. With full plopping, which is right here, this is where you lay the towel down somewhere. You're going to bend over and let the hair kind of pile in the middle there as you lean forward, and then tie up the towel so that it stays on your hair, on your head. And what this is doing is it's letting the products absorb, kind of like with wet plopping, but it's removing the moisture with the actual towel. So instead of keeping it wet like you do with a wet plop where you're using like a plastic shower cap, this cloth that you're using, either the t-shirt, a hair towel, whatever it is removing some of the water and a little bit of product from your hair. So it's going to help speed up drying time. Now, if you've got a lot of hair that is really thick, coarse hair that takes a long time to dry, this type of plopping would work really well for you. But if you have very little hair, low density, fine hair, maybe hair that's easily weighed down, then you can try micro plopping, which is where you use the hair towel and you're going to place it under your hair, as I'm showing you here, and you're going to press it up against your scalp. And you're going to repeat this all over, flipping your head around and all that, and you're just pushing it up and pressing it. Try not to disturb the curls as you're doing this, and this is squeezing the water out, and again, being absorbed by the hair towel that you're using. So instead of having your hair piled on top of your head as with regular plopping, with this you are removing that weight from the scalp and root area. It helps for those hair types that struggle with plopping, where you don't want all the product getting onto the root area, you don't want water weight in the root area. So like my hair struggles with this, so I micro plop, and you're just going to do this until your hair is not dripping wet anymore. And sometimes I'll do this and 10 minutes later my hair will be dripping again. I'll just walk back to the bathroom and do a quick squeeze of the ends with the hair towel to help with that. But yeah, it works much better than regular plopping for me, just because regular plopping really flattens my roots. And that's the opposite case for other people, where plopping really helps to define their roots and give them volume because the hair is up. So you don't know which one is the case for you until you try. So I would try regular plopping. If that doesn't work, then try micro plopping, and that might work better for you. So what plopping does, dry plopping, really helps to increase definition, and it really helps solidify the curl clump. So I find as I'm plopping, you can see how the clumps are really getting defined. You're really plumping them up a little bit. The frizz is being eliminated, but it really depends on what material you're using. If you're using a regular towel, you're not gonna have that experience. You really need like a t-shirt material or a flour sack towel or a microfiber towel, but even with that one, microfiber does cause frizz for some people, so I don't like to recommend that anymore. My absolute favorite towel to use is the Tea Owl hair towel, and this is the one that I'm using in the video. It's a large blue towel. This is the large one for long hair. They have a shorter one for shorter hair, and they also have one for kids, and they come in a couple different colors and prints. And I do have a code for this brand, Holistic Enchilada 15, saves you 15% on your order. This is by far my favorite. This one and the flour sack towel from Raw Curls is really good too, but I like this one because it's bigger, so it's easier, and it's not as thin as the flour sack towel, so it's just a little easier for me to use. Even though I'm just, micro plopping, I really like it. I can fold it up into halves, and if one side is super wet, I can flip it to the other, so it works really well for me. And everyone else that I know that tries the t-shirt material towel really falls in love. It's like using a t-shirt, but it's like, because of the bigger size, it's just easier to tie it up. If you're doing fine with a t-shirt, then just stick with that. Yeah, so that's all I got for plopping. Let me know in the comments if you plop, wet plop, dry plop, which plopping technique works best for you. It's such a ridiculous word. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.